Now I got something to show you, and it's gonna be something momentous. Hello everybody, it's me, the Excellent Reviewer. With the year almost coming to an end, it's time to look back on some of the best memories that one of the best and most finest wrestling companies has ever given us. Yes, we are going to look back on the top best 11 moments from New Japan Pro Wrestling in the year 2017. So without further ado, let's start it off. Number 11, Legends End. See, this is pretty low on the list because it more or less flew under the radar and it wasn't talked about as much as it was meant to be, because it was the fact that the legendary Yuji Nagata, who competed in his final G1 Climax this year. In his final G1 Climax match, he lost to Yuji Nagata, who gave him the ultimate sign of respect by bowing down to him. This made everyone in the arena emotional because this would be Yuji Nagata's last G1 Climax. And this year alone, we also had Jushin Thunder Liger's final Best of the Super Junior tournament match, and it was extremely emotional. And what's even more emotional than that is that the fact that one day these legends are going to have to retire, leaving us nothing but the great memories that they have given us for all these years to come. I'm not crying. You're crying, you stupid idiot. Number 10, Kazuchika Okada, the longest IWGP Heavyweight Champion of all time. This year belonged to several people, 4 to be exact, and no one was quite as big as Kazuchika Okada, because not only did he have these stellar IWGP Heavyweight title defenses, showing why he truly is the best wrestler in Japan and probably all of the world today, but he proved that even more and solidified his legacy when he became the longest reigning IWGP Heavyweight Champion of all time in his 4th title reign. And this guy is barely just 30. He is barely just 30. And he is already set to break Tanahashi's record of the legendary 7 title reigns. And this guy isn't even 30. With his in-ring presence and in-ring technique, he has proven that he is the best in the world going right now. This guy's 30 and he's way more successful than I am. I don't even have a job. Just make YouTube videos. Number 9, Suzuki Gun Returns. Now, this happened the day after Wrestle Kingdom 11, where pretty much anything can happen, sort of like the Raw after WrestleMania. Now, it was Katsuyori Shibata, Honma Tomoaki, Toge Makabe, Juice Robinson, and Yuji Nagata against Okada, Yano, Ishii, Goto, and Will Ospreay in 10-man tag match, and the highlight of the match itself was when Juice pinned Goto. He pinned a champion, and that would guarantee a championship match. But that's not where the highlight of the event happened. Because out of nowhere, out of seemingly nowhere, Suzuki Gun came back, attacked everyone, and just like that, Minoru Suzuki hit Kazuchika Okada with his Gotch-style pile driver, solidifying himself as the next challenger for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Since then, Suzuki Gun has managed to have great success picking up the IWGP Junior Tag Team titles and the Never Openweight Championship, crowning an incredible year. Number 8, Kota Ibushi returns. Yes, another return. Yes, it is, because the G1 Climax was looming. It was right around the corner when all of a sudden they announced the participants, and seemingly out of nowhere, here comes the Golden Star, Kota Ibushi. Now, this was not Tiger Mask W, who we all knew he was under that mask. It was Kota Ibushi, the Golden Star, coming back. He was coming back. Golden Star. Finally, after doing the Cruiserweight Classic. He was coming back to New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he performed wonderfully, yes, in the G1 Climax tournament, teasing a potential match with Kenny Omega. It was part of my dream match to have him be in the finals with Omega. Just amazing matches, so amazing matches. Not to mention, he was in a IWGP Intercontinental title match with Hiroshi Tanahashi, and it looks like this year he is going up against Cody Rhodes at this year's Wrestle Kingdom. This year was the return of the Golden Star, Kota Ibushi.
Number 7, Shibata wins the New Japan Cup.
Now, after Wrestle Kingdom was over and we had the New Beginning and that was over, one of the New Japan traditional tournaments that has come to be since 2005 came along, and that was the New Japan Cup, where all the favorites actually were shockingly eliminated. Kenny Omega, Hiroshi Tanahashi, all the favorites were seemingly gone, except for one person who could win it all, and that was Katsuyori Shibata himself, who ended up going on this amazing tournament, beating up everyone that came in his way, up until the finals where he met Bad Luck Fale, and he ended up beating Bad Luck Fale. Ended up beating him. Now, if you don't know about the New Japan Cup, basically what it is, it's a tournament, and the winner gets a title shot at any single title that he wants, either the never openweight, either the Intercontinental, or the heavyweight. And it just happened to be that this was finally, that Shibata was going to get that long-awaited main event push that he has long deserved. And it ended so well for him.
Number 6, Shibata returns.
Now, we all know that Shibata had that incredible 5-star match with Okada at Sakura Genesis. He gave everything in that match, but that one headbutt spot, it was so bad that after the match was over, it gave him a subdural hematoma, effectively taking him out of any competition in the near future. He was hospitalized immediately. It was looking pretty damn bad. So it even had that aura about it that this might even be Katsuyori Shibata's last match ever. So 4 months later, we're down at the G1 Climax, the finals between Kenny Omega and Tetsuya Naito. Who was going to win? They were hyping up Wrestle Kingdom because Wrestle Kingdom was only a few months away, and all of a sudden his music hits. And everyone loses their minds. One of the most incredible moments of that whole entire return was the reaction of this woman. I mean, it's one of the best moments of the year, just the fact that she was so moved by the fact that Shibata was back. Moving her to tears was amazing. It shows the love and respect that these people have for professional wrestling. He goes into the ring, he takes a bump, and he looks incredibly happy, and he says, "I'm alive, that's all." The man of few words. His return, honestly, was single-handedly one of the best moments in New Japan this year.
Number 5, Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega.
Now, this came out of nowhere. And, some of the best moments in life are completely spontaneous. Now, Kenny Omega had just defended his IWGP United States Championship against Trent Beretta. So at this point, Kenny wasn't really having challengers that were at his level. I mean, they just weren't there. They were a little bit below it. So he needed a huge megastar opponent that was at his level. And then this gloriously happened.
Now, Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega had been involved in a Twitter feud, but no one could have guessed that this would actually lead to a match, and no one could have guessed that Chris Jericho would actually end up attacking Kenny Omega. This feud and the build-up has truly been one of the best things in 2017. Number 4, Tetsuya Naito's IC title reign.
Now, Naito was already in the midst of his Intercontinental title reign when 2017 started, but he still was able to bring that title to new heights. I mean, first he beats Tanahashi 2017 at Wrestle Kingdom. That is Tanahashi's domain. That's where he performs the best, at Wrestle Kingdom, and Tetsuya Naito beat him. So we start off with that. Not to mention, he had amazing challengers, and he was able to beat him. Michael Elgin, Juice Robinson, and Tanahashi once again before he ultimately dropped the title to him. I mean, just the way that he treated that title, throwing it on the ground, kicking it, spitting it, leaving it all these random places before he lost it was amazing. It shows his character work as a huge character, as a huge heel, as a guy who is a villain. That was honestly one of the best things about this year. Look, I'm going to show you a picture of how that title looked by the end of his reign. Yeah, it looks that horrible. But it was just amazing to see him do that, how he disrespected that title and how he was just unable to lose until Tanahashi came. Honestly, that was one of the best moments. He eventually would have to lose that title to move on to better things.
Number 3, G1 Special in USA.
Now, it was announced at Wrestle Kingdom 11 that New Japan would be holding a set of shows right here in the United States. That set the world ablaze so much that the tickets sold out in less than 2 hours. Everyone wanted to be a part of this show. And it was a huge financial success. They made so much freaking money, selling out with merchandise, with the meet and greet tickets. I mean, it went all over the place. Not to mention the show itself. Both shows were incredibly amazing.
Also, I should point out that I met Okada, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Cody Rhodes at these shows.
I mean, it was just so successful that they said that they would be coming back in 2018. It ended with the coronation of Kenny Omega as IWGP United States Champion. Simply a phenomenal set of shows and one of the landmarks in showing that New Japan is going to take over not just Japan, but the whole world.
Number 2, Tetsuya Naito wins the G1 Climax.
Now, 2016 and 17 was also the year of another person, Tetsuya Naito. When he returned to Japan after, having a shit run in his first run at Japan, he went to Mexico, came back with this brand new attitude that he doesn't care one bit.
He was later able to win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, and much glory, but one thing was missing: the main event at the Tokyo Dome.
That main event spot at Wrestle Kingdom at the Tokyo Dome. I mean, 4 years ago, Tetsuya Naito was screwed. He was screwed out of having that main event match with Okada due to a fan vote. So, 4 years later, after him finally scratching, clawing, and going so far, he beat Kenny Omega to win the G1 Climax. And now he's getting the main event. He is due. He is getting that main event spot. So well deserved, and he honestly is one of the best going right now. Huge in Japan, huge here for Los Ingobernables de Japón. And number 1 is... There was no doubt about it. None whatsoever. I mean, the wrestling world belonged to these two. These two were the most talked about more than anyone.
The first match set the wrestling world on fire. The second match was able to break the landscape, and the third was just as talked about as any of those matches.
Now, these two, they know what modern day wrestling is. They just know it, what it takes to be modern and good professional wrestling in this era. See, they were able to tell an amazing story about how Kenny Omega wanted to be the best, how he wanted to be the leader for New Japan Pro Wrestling, but Okada just did not want to give it up, not just yet. These two were able to tell an amazing story. within the 8 months of this whole entire feud taking place, from Wrestle Kingdom all the way to the G1 Climax. Their incredible storytelling, their amazing action inside the ring, and the fact that it gripped the wrestling world was the reason why it's number 1 on this list. I can't think of anything else in New Japan Pro Wrestling this year that has captivated so many people like these set of matches. Simply just the best of the best. Well, that's been it for this episode. Talking about the top 11. I don't know why I just did that. Top 11 New Japan Pro Wrestling moments in this year alone. Just what an amazing year. Do me a favor, let me know what you guys think about all these moments, and let me know if I missed out any moments in the comment section below. And if you want to see more content like this on a daily basis, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I've been Samuel V, and I want to take some time out to say thank you. Thank you. You made my 2017 amazing. Thank you. I reached my goal of getting 100 subscribers. Just thank you so much. I've been trying to get there for so long, and just when I thought I was going to give up, you guys give me new hope. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it so much, and I hope you guys have an amazing year, have an amazing Christmas, have an amazing everything. I hope it's amazing. Thank you guys for watching so much. I couldn't be here without you. Thank you. Goodbye and good night. Bang!